Welcome back to Half Moon's Picks. Oh man, that hurt. Phew. Yeah, I know. Got the 1-2-1, but you know, 1 win, 2 losses, and 1 push. Tie is not a thing in baseball. You know, it's not like you win half a game. In betting, it's like you never bet at all. $5 bet on, $5 you get back. So I'm at 60% overall for the year. I hope to do better this week. So let's take a look at what's news in the NFL. We get the first firing already in the start of week 5. Oakland's got the bye week. He got killed in London against Miami, a mediocre team, and got slaughtered. They let him go. They haven't announced who they're going to replace yet. They have definitely dropped the bottom. So we'll see how the Oakland goes. I see high point spreads in their near future. Let's see here. Yeah, E.J. Manuel is benched for the Buffalo Bills. Kyle Orton's going to be playing with, be their starter. Kyle Orton, he started with the Chicago Bears. And I haven't seen him in a long time. I know he was so bad that Tim Tebow replaced him in Denver. So, and he's getting up there in years. So I think he's been in the league like 9 years. But he has a 4-0 start against Detroit. A lot of people ask me, who am I going with Detroit this year? It's a 7.5 point spread at home. Last time the Bills beat Detroit at home was 1979. And yeah, I was a fan in 1979. And I've gone to some Buffalo Bill games that we won. But the last one was 1979, last time, but they're always close games. And a lot of fans are like, oh, how are we going to do against, you know, Jim Schwartz coming back, defense coordinator, Buffalo Bills. That waits to be seen. So I think it's going to be a closer matchup than I want. 7.5 points is just a little bit too far for me. I think Detroit will win, but whether it be like the Jets, you know, you get way far ahead and then, you know, you just sit back and just start running the ball in the middle, and then they'll start to creep back, and then you lost your spread. So that's what I think will happen. I think Detroit will definitely win, and a lot of fans want to see Jim Schwartz killed. That's why I think that point spread's up there. But we'll see. Other facts someone brought to me asked me, why don't I make bigger videos, longer videos, talk about more information? Yeah, I could. Have you noticed a lot of these graphics, you know, they're not actually behind me. It takes a lot of computer time to render those. So the longer the video is, the longer it takes to render that. And you know, I get home about like 1 o'clock in the morning from work, and I don't like staying up till 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Because I work 2 jobs, so I have to get up for them too. So I try to limit my time and still have fantastic looking videos. So I do my best. So let's get this week started, and thanks for coming back. For my 4th pick of the week, I have my upset pick of the week. I got Cleveland is the underdog at Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans have been doing horribly this year. The first week 1, they did beat Kansas City by 16, but then fell dismal to Dallas, Cincinnati, and Indianapolis, losing by 16 points, 26 points, and 24 points. That's horrible. But you know, Dallas, Cincinnati, and Indianapolis, they're not bad teams, you know. So if you're gonna lose big, you know, you might as well beat to a giant, you know, team that can beat you. So, but Tennessee, I mean, Cleveland's been really good lately. They've been the surprise team. Everybody's been counting them out, and they're actually doing pretty good. You know, they lost to Pittsburgh by 3 points. They beat New Orleans at home, but they ain't saying much since New Orleans really stinks lately on the road. And lost to Baltimore by 2 points. So it's a 1-2 team versus a 1-3 team. So it's 1.5 points. It's a good still underdog. So I'm taking Cleveland plus 1.5. Next for my pick 3, I got Chicago at Carolina. Chicago, this is another underdog. Chicago's 3-point underdog. Carolina's not been doing well at home or on the road for that matter. Chicago needs a win after falling at Green Bay at the second half of the last week. In Green Bay, you know, they started coming back, and they're all 2-2. Minnesota, Chicago, and Green Bay, all 2-2. Detroit #1 for now. So I'm taking Chicago, stay in the race to beat Carolina. Carolina falling down even further in their division. So take Chicago plus 3. My number 2 pick, I got Pittsburgh at Jacksonville. Pittsburgh lost to Tampa Bay. That was one of the picks I lost last week. I can't believe it. After I knew I didn't get the spread, I was actually rooting for Tampa Bay. I'm like, just kill them, get a win, just go, you know. And then Pittsburgh just going to shoot themselves in the foot. All they do is waste out the clock, get a first down. They couldn't do that, so they punted the ball. Then they only punted it like 33 yards. And then they gave up the long ball to Tampa at the final, like there's like less than a minute left. So they deserve to lose. So I was rooting for Tampa Bay all the way, man. I'm not a big Pittsburgh fan. I'm sorry if I offend you. But I'm definitely expecting Pittsburgh to bounce back this week. They're at Jacksonville, so not really saying much. Jacksonville, probably the worst team in the run, and Pittsburgh's definitely the #1 team in the run. So it's going to run all over them. I don't think Jacksonville will have that many possessions because Pittsburgh will just keep running right at them, getting the first down every 3 downs. It's going to be a slow game, I think. So it'll probably be scored, it'll be, I'm thinking 30-7, something like that. They'll easily cover the 6.5 points. So take Pittsburgh minus 6.5. And the #1 pick of the week, I got Houston at Dallas. Houston, you know, they play lower level teams fairly well. Mid-level, you know, Buffalo, Cleveland, you know, they'll stay in the mix of things. Now you get to the higher level, next tier, like Dallas, they're just going to get killed. They've shown what they've done in New York, and I don't even think the Giants are up there, you know. I counted the Giants down here, but maybe they're up here a little bit. But Dallas is definitely above the Giants this year. And then Dallas just totally surprised everyone by blowing away New Orleans. Probably that butt kicking they got the following year, you know, in New Orleans. But Houston's just going to go there and they're just going to get their hopes smashed, you know, any way whatsoever. Dallas, Romo has shown signs of improvement. He's been doing great in the pocket. I even saw him run a few times. So he's up there, and they're getting there. They won that division. They're going to race with Philadelphia. So they're definitely not going to lose to Houston. So take Dallas -4 against Houston Texans. That's it for the week. I'm glad you came back. I hope I made this video just a little bit longer or makes everybody happy. If not, you know, maybe I'll talk a little bit more next week. Just let me know, leave comments, subscribe, like, you know the drill. Thanks again for coming, and I'll see you next week. Peace.